Yo, what's up everybody? Scott X1307 back again. I've got another flea market haul. Not as big as the last one. Pretty sure I can get this all in one video. I did come across some pretty neat books this weekend, so I'm gonna jump right into this. Quarter books first, as always, 5 for $1. Found some good stuff in indie books. I actually found the last 2 issues I needed to complete a run. So I have a run of a certain comic completed now. You'll see that in a minute. And found some pretty good other books, and one really neat book I hadn't seen before. But first, only DC quarter book I picked up, DC Comics Presents number 65, Superman and Madame Xanadu. I picked it up because it has Madame Xanadu in it, and it's Gray Morrow art. Really good artist, and this book is in really fantastic shape to be unbagged and boarded. And you can see Madame Xanadu there. Next, found a good little stack of indie books. Picked up issue number 2 of Arthur Sodam's Demon Dreams from PC Comics. Really cool cover, and a great artist, and it's good horror fantasy stuff. Also picked this issue up. It's not really a full comic. This is like it's a little preview, but it's got a really cool cover. It's from Kitchen Sinks. It's Bernie Wrightson's Captain Stern. Recognize him from Heavy Metal. Excuse me. It's got a Wrightson cover. This is apparently a preview that came with Advance Comics back in the day. That was it's kind of like previews back when there was more than one distributing company. The interior art is not by Bernie Wrightson, unfortunately, but it does feature Captain Stern and some other characters you might recognize from the Heavy Metal movie. This is actually kind of that story featured in it, which is really cool. So I had to pick that up. And these next 3 books, I believe I have the first 2 issues of this, but Frank Frazetta covers, so went ahead and grabbed them again. And this is from a company that was around in the 90s called Verotic, started by Glenn Danzig. This is Jaguar God, issue number 1. Again, the awesome Frank Frazetta cover. Issue number 2, also with the Frazetta cover. And then I picked up issue number 4. Unfortunately, didn't have issue number 3, which I'm not sure if I have that. I have to double check. But there's issue number 4. Not a Frazetta cover, but still looks pretty cool. I did pick up a second copy of Epic Comics Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Mike Schultz. Really great little series. Love his art and the whole concept of dinosaurs and people interacting. It's really cool. He said it's a second copy for 20 cents. I couldn't just leave it there. And these last two books, indie books anyway, there was a whole, almost a complete run of this title. I would have grabbed every one of them. If I had the money, they'll probably be back next week. This is a series I've been working on. Only ran for 31 issues, and I picked up the last 2 issues that I needed. That's Comico's Johnny Quest series. And I was missing issue 27. Here it is. And I'm surprised that this all-white cover is still nice and white. It's a little off, but not too bad. Definitely can't complain. Otherwise, it's in pretty damn good shape. And then the final issue that I needed, issue number 31. So now I have completed the Johnny Quest series from Comico. Great series, big fan of the animated show. It aired in reruns when I was a kid, and I used to wake up early to watch it. I wish they still aired that on a channel that I have, but they don't, unfortunately. But the comic series is really good, just like the cartoon. So now I have that complete, and that is just freaking awesome. Now if I can just find the there's a little 3-issue miniseries they did, Johnny Quest Classics, and a special that they produced. If I can find the issue 3 of that miniseries and the special, I will have all the Comico Johnny Quest books. But that completes the main series, so that run is done, and I am very happy about that. So moving on to some Marvel books. Found some pretty decent stuff. Found this issue of What If, number 39. It's What If Thor Battled Conan. Flipped through it, looks pretty cool. Definitely interested to see these 2 characters interact. The only problem really with this book, it's in really good shape, surprisingly. Page is a little off-white, but I mean, I expect that on these older books. This is only 1983, but you know, that's over 30 years ago now. But as you can see here, there's a hole, goes all the way through. I don't know what caused that, but there were several books in this box. They all had the same hole. Like I said, I don't know why, but all for 20 cents. Still a good read. Very cool. Next, picked up several issues of this series from the late 80s. And it's a character, I know a lot of people don't like this character. I think you should at least have an appreciation for it because of who it was created by. And it was really cool to open it up and see that the pencils are done by this artist. His artwork is always amazing, and that is Steve Ditko. I grabbed Speedball. There are several issues there. This is issue number 1. These are Ditko covers with different inkers. This Geis inking. Issue number 2, the Bob Layton inks. He said Ditko does the interior pencils. Issue number 3, 4, 5, and it's co-plotted by Ditko, and the script is by Roger Stern, so I mean it should be a pretty decent read as well. Issue number 6. Now this one's got this little price stamp on it. So does issue number 5. Not a big deal to me. Kind of adds to the provenance of the book, I think. Was missing issue number 7, but I grabbed issue number 8 and number 10. There was no number 9. So of 1 through 6 and 8 and 10. All Ditko art, Ditko covers. Can't beat that. 20 cents a piece. Steve Ditko art, man, and plotting the story as well. So it should be an interesting read. All right, last 3/4 books. This book here, I believe I've seen this in a couple of videos. It's a very strange book from Marvel. It's in pretty good shape. I had not seen this before in person, and when I saw it, I was like, I gotta pick that up to find out, what this is all about. Now, this is the generic comic book, type superhero action adventure. A little off-white on the cover. It's also got this little price stamp. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Price stamp's not a big deal to me, like I said. But, there's something about this book. It's just, I guess it's hard to find. I've never seen it before. So, it's very, very interested to flip through that and, read it and see what it's all about. It appears to be, just like it says, just kind of a generic superhero story. And it doesn't, one thing that's disappointing to me is it doesn't give credits, at least not that I could find. It doesn't list who does the story or the art. The art is okay, not the greatest stuff, but I don't know, seems to be pretty cool. I was happy to find that. Then I grabbed this issue. This is from one of the Assistant Editors Month books. It's Avengers 239, where they go on Late Night with David Letterman. You see Letterman on the cover there. I know there's been a lot of people have picked that book up. Looks pretty cool. And those Assistant Editors Month books usually kind of funny. So, and last I picked up, I believe this is a second copy, but this is it's a neat story, a little retelling. It's Galactus: The Origin, #1. Bob Layton cover, has Kirby artwork inside. Story by Stan Lee. It just kind of gives the, it says it's the origins of Galactus. And it's Jack Kirby art. Even second copy for 20 cents. Can't turn that down. It's very cool. Galactus is a very neat character, and I like his origin story. It's very, very cool. So definitely had to pick that up. Alright, I said that is all of the 20-cent books. 5 for $1. I picked up 30 books, and it cost me $6. $6 for 30 books. Can't beat that. There's nowhere around me that has anything close to that. Next I picked up some priced books. Not too many. Most of these were about $2. A few DC and Marvel. I grabbed this Detective Comics 544. Gene Colan art. Neat looking cover. And also number 538. I believe it's also Gene Colan. And it's Batman and Catman. Batman and Catman. Very similar looking costumes except for the colors. So interested to read that and see what that story is about. And next I picked up Pretty cool looking horror book from DC. Love this cover. This is Ghost number 29. I just think that's a fantastic cover. Black Knight. It's a skeleton. Very cool. Like these old horror books. It's in pretty good shape. You know, it's got a couple of creases at the corners and some spine ticks. But, you know, it was cheap. 25% off. So, I think it made it about $2. And another series, I've picked up a few issues there, and they're very weird. A lot like, kind of like Mad Magazine, but there's some really neat art by Basil Wolverton. This book is in really, really good shape. No creasing on the cover, anything like that. Corners a little soft, but otherwise in great shape. This is plop number 12. You see with Messy Tessie on the cover. She holds the world's record for going steady. She attributes her success with boys to her distinctive features. Make everything you have count, she advises. Yeah. Really, really weird, really weird. If you ever get a chance to pick up one of these books and you like weird, funny stuff, I suggest you grab it if you find them cheap. And on to some Marvel books. I grabbed Astonishing Tales number 31 with Deathlock. It's a really neat cover here. This book is in pretty good shape. Had a couple of issues on the corners. Nothing really bad. So went ahead and grabbed that. And for, you know, those books are getting harder to find. And then I picked up 4 issues of Thor. Some older issues. I have number 241 here. Like this cover. He's bashing some skeleton creatures. This cover looked really neat. It reminded me of some Jack Kirby stuff. I don't believe this is Jack Kirby. It's a little later than his work on it, but number 220. And I grabbed this because this is the cover caught me. It's Thor. Looks like he's fighting Odin. It says God versus God. It's number 217. This book's in great shape. A little bit of fading at the top, but not bad. Very cool. Then I picked up issue 177. It's interesting because pretty sure this is a Kirby cover, but it also says God versus God in the greatest battle of all time. So apparently there's a lot of infighting between the gods. And lastly, I picked up a pretty neat Silver Age book. It is in fairly rough condition, but it was a good price, and it's fairly early in this run. I believe it is the last Stan Lee story on the book. Avengers 34. Featuring the living laser. You can see spine is in fairly rough condition, but it is still together. It's got the creasing at the bottom, corners, and it's got this an old, it's kind of faded, but it's an old store stamp. Can't really make out much, but it looks like it was from Dayton, Ohio. So went ahead and picked that up. Silver Age Avengers. Don't find those very often in any condition, and you know, it's good to have. And I believe this is an issue where think Hawkeye becomes Goliath. Could be mistaken, but I know it's the last Stan Lee script on Avengers, so you know, it's good to have. Should be a good read. And yeah, that is it. Not the greatest haul, but you know, some pretty good stuff. Yeah, yep, this is, yeah, that's awesome. This is Stan Lee and Jack Kirby on Thor. I thought that was still in his run. It's hard for me to pass up Jack Kirby stuff, especially on any kind of like cosmic characters or anything like that. He just did such amazing stuff. Really, really dig it. Oh, like I said, this book is in excellent shape. Back cover still nice and white, no creasing. Oh, this is cool. This is John and Sal Buscema art. Jerry Conway script. So that's actually very cool. Very, very cool. Another pair of great artists, brothers. Actually, I like their work together. It's really cool. It looks so much like a Jack Kirby cover. So I am slowly ticking away at the Thor run that I'm trying to complete. Anytime I see these earlier issues, they're in pretty good shape for a decent price. And I think all these were like $2 to $3. So, and then 25% on top of that. This book here I think was $5. Again, it is less than the guide price for a 2.0 condition. So couldn't pass that Avengers up, and the Thors for you know, being $2 to $3. Definitely great finds. So, that's it. Appreciate you guys watching like always. And hope you liked some of the books that I picked up. If not, anyway, you guys take care. Thanks as always. And like I always say, keep reading those books. Later.